We like to think of ourselves as independent individuals, making rational choices based on logic and our own unique experiences. But how much of our behavior, our beliefs, and even our decisions are actually our own, and how much is influenced by the people around us? Today I want to talk about the herd mentality, also known as the bandwagon effect or social proof, and how it subtly and often unconsciously shapes who we are. The herd mentality, simply put, is our tendency to adopt the beliefs, behaviors, and attitudes of the group we belong to, regardless of whether or not we agree with them deep down. It's a powerful force that's been with us since the beginning of time, when belonging to the group was crucial for our survival. Think about it, in ancient times, those who went against the tribe's traditions or norms were at high risk of being ostracized, which back then could have meant death. While we're not living in that primitive world anymore, our brains are still wired to seek social acceptance and to avoid rejection. This is why we often feel the need to fit in, to go with the flow, even if our gut is telling us otherwise. And this following the crowd can manifest in many ways, big and small, from the clothes we wear to the political opinions we hold. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself buying a product just because everyone else seemed to have it? Or agreeing with a statement in a meeting not because you actually believed it, but because you didn't want to be the only one to disagree? This is the herd mentality in action. It's the subconscious pull to align ourselves with what we perceive to be the norm, even if that norm doesn't quite sit right with our inner compass. Social media amplifies this effect significantly. We see carefully curated images of what people want us to see, which creates a false perception of reality and can lead us to feel like we're missing out or not measuring up. The likes, the comments, the shares, they become a form of social currency, and we often find ourselves gravitating towards what's popular, what's trending, rather than what truly matters to us. The problem with blindly following the herd is that it stifles critical thinking. When we prioritize fitting in over evaluating the validity of information or making our own judgments, we become passive followers, easily manipulated and less likely to challenge the status quo. We might find ourselves adopting beliefs that are not aligned with our own values simply because it's the prevailing view of the group. So how do we become more aware of the effect of the herd mentality and free ourselves from its grasp? Well, the first step is recognition, understanding that it exists and that we are all susceptible to it. It's about starting to question our assumptions, challenge our own biases, and become more conscious of the influences around us. Practice critical thinking. Instead of accepting information blindly, do your own research, look for different perspectives, and make informed choices based on your values and your own analysis. Develop self-awareness, reflect on your choices, ask yourself if they align with your authentic self or if you're just following the crowd. Seek out diverse perspectives, surround yourself with people who think differently from you, who challenge your beliefs, and who encourage you to see the world from different angles. It's important to remember that being part of a group is important, that we as human beings thrive on connection, but it shouldn't come at the expense of your individuality and your critical thinking skills. Ultimately, it's about finding that balance between belonging and being true to yourself. So I encourage you today to step back, to observe the influences around you, and to reclaim the power of your own voice. The world needs your unique perspective, your original ideas, your own informed decisions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos.